Hello my little Munsters. If you are watching this video, then that means that you've seen our first video on place value. And so this video is going to be a worksheet walkthrough that is going to go over all of the problems that you saw in the worksheet about place value. So let's get started. So for our first problem, problem number 1, we are determining whether the underlying number is in our ones place, tens place, hundreds place, or thousands place. Let's get started. The first part of problem number 1 is the number 2,293. We asked, well, what is the value of that first 2? And the answer is thousands. In that problem, it is thousands. The next number that we have is 119. And so we wanted you to identify what place the 9 is in. The 9 is our underlying number, and that is in our ones place. The next number that we see is 22. And so what is the value of the first 2? What place is it in? It is in our tens place. The next number is 458. And what place is the 4 in? The 4 is in our hundreds place. The last part of problem 1 is the number 17. And what place value is the 7 in? It is in your ones place, my little monsters. So if you need to pause the video and make sure that you got all your answers right, or you want to check and run through them, go ahead, now is the time to do so. In problem number 2, our directions say for us to determine the value of the underlying digit. And so what is the value of the digit that's been underlined? So our first part to problem number 2 is 57. What is the value of that 7? That 7 is in our ones place, so the value of that would be 7 ones. Our next part to problem number 2 is 183. And what is the value of the 8? The 8 is in our tens place, and so that means that we have 8 tens, or 80 overall, because 8 tens is the same as 80. And so the value of that digit is 8 tens. Our next part to the problem is 724. What is the value of that 7? Well, remember, when you say problems, when you say numbers like this, 724, it tells you the value of the number, especially the digit that's in our first part. So 724. So the underlying digit is 7, which means we have 7 hundreds. The next problem, the next part of the problem that we are going to look at is 6,321. What is the value of the 6? It's in our furthermost left column. And so the digit, once again, is said when you say the number. It's 6,000. So 6 thousands. That is what the 6 value represents. And our last part of this problem is 424. What's the value of the 2? Well, the 2 is in the tens place, and so that means that you have 2 tens. And so 424, you have 2 tens in that number. So for our last problem, we are going to be writing out the correct number based on place value information given. And so the first part of the problem says 4 thousands. And so we put that number, that digit 4, in the furthermost left column. So 4 thousands, and then we have 6 tens. And so our 6 tens is going to go in the tens place. That's going to be, if we have 4 blank spaces, it would be the third out of the fourth space. And then we have 7 hundreds. And so the 7 hundreds is going to go right in between our 4 and our 6. And so the last part of this problem is 8 ones. That 8 ones is going to go to the furthermost right column, representing 8 ones. When we read this number in full, it's 4,768. So that's 4,768. The next part of problem number 3 it says we have 9 hundreds. And so we know our 9 hundreds is going to be, unless we have a thousands place, it will be the furthermost left column if we don't have a thousands place. So we'll put our 9 down, and then we look and we have 2 ones. So the 2 ones is going always to our furthermost right column, and then we have 8 tens. So the 8 tens is going to go right in the middle between our hundreds and our ones place. And so when we read that number in full, we don't have any thousands, but we do have 982. So that's 982. So that is the end of our Place Value Worksheet walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it and learned lots of fun new things about place value. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and like our channel, and follow along on Facebook and give us a thumbs up for more content and awesome videos. Bye, my little monsters. See you next time.